Good evening, my name is Michael Martinez, and I am the founder and executive director of a nonprofit here in LA called LA Compost. I'm a former 5th grade teacher, and the seeds of LA Compost literally started when one of my students asked, "Mister, how do hot Cheetos grow?" Rather than guilting and shaming them, using that as a teachable moment to trace the story of food and how it relates to the story of the individual. Our goal is to connect the people of LA to both the soil and the story of food and each other. A lot of us understand where food comes from, how it's grown, how it's labeled, where we purchase it. We never have conversations about after the table experience, where that food goes after we no longer see it as having value, who it affects along the way, and who it affects where it finally is in a landfill and placed in a landfill. What's crazy is we grow almost over 40% of all food grown goes to waste, yet 1 in 6 Angelenos don't know where their next meal is going to come from. So we work in a decentralized hub model to create community composting hubs throughout the most populous county in the country. In schools, churches, museums, community gardens, housing projects, and art centers, we build both the compost infrastructure and the educational platform for people to learn by doing. I believe that people can only learn by putting it into practice with the space and opportunity. We have 27 community hubs, 3 regional hubs, which are placed at regional parks and urban farms, and additional farmers market drop-off locations. A lot of Angelenos, we don't know where our water comes from, where our food comes from. We're dependent on these resources, and from a waste perspective, we're shipping our waste really far away and don't have the actual infrastructure to process it, despite the state mandates that are coming on this year. We work in partnership with a community organization. Every single community hub is in partnership with a community organization. There's a level of transparency and trust that is built there, and it's mutually beneficial as opposed to competitive. This picture is a hub that was built in 2015 at a housing project in Mar Vista. Our previous speakers spoke of resiliency, and to me this is resilient in the sense that they were growing food, it was getting chopped and sprayed by HACLA. They changed the policy, they boarded a community garden and are building their soil and meeting every single week. And there's something truly powerful about this decentralized co-op model built around soil. This idea of connecting to your neighbor, connecting to the food that feeds you, and being reminded of our humanity and not being glued to a screen every second. And by allowing these human experiences to take place, we've really seen the aha moments of Angelenos, really building this human network across LA County. We all understand how powerful a social network is in regards to how quickly information can spread and how quickly we can absorb that. But there's really something special about individual collective acts grouped together and seeing how that's magnified. I think what's beautiful about the compost process is that it's a reflection of our own journey. The compost pile is very forgiving, it's really inviting, and it takes pieces that are not whole or complete. I think we can all agree that none of us in this room are perfect, and we all have a certain level of brokenness to us. The compost pile takes those individual broken pieces and creates a beautiful, whole, finished product through a messy death, decay, decomposition process. But out the end comes something that is life-giving, that is selfless, that wants to see the next thing grow, thrive, and really prosper. And I think that process is a reflection of what our communities can be. Robert Eger said, "Neither food nor people should ever go to waste." And I think it's time we start believing that and doing something about it. Thanks for your time.